Indian Creek in central Pennington County, South Dakota, snakes 25 miles over a straight line distance of nearly 10 miles through a remote and beautiful Badlands Valley. Intrepid adventurers can access the middle section of the wildly meandering creek bed, which is about 13 miles long, following trail number 7129 that roughly follows the creek through the wide valley. This video from One Matt's Wilderness chronicles the journey from the trailhead at the west end of Indian Creek Road down into the deep valley and through 16 creek crossings, as seen over the handlebars of a very capable Yamaha TW200 dual sport trail bike, mischievously named Yamahappy. Let's ride. Got to take it easy on this road. It's really cobbly, kind of tricky on a motorcycle. Hit one of those grapefruits on the way down the wrong way, and it could end up with a problem. I'm mostly curious what this audio is going to record like. I'm just kind of rolling down here in second gear, first gear, get through some of this stuff. And then go down this hill, go through the strata down into the basin, and the agate layers in between here. You can see out there in the distance there's the folks from Minnesota. I would have to say fairly intrepid, because they took an SUV down this trail and crossed the creek once. Wow. All right. Mostly engine braking, a little bit of rear braking, get down this stuff at a good speed. And if I got any battery left, I'll record the trip back up here at the end of the day. That'd be a little exciting too. Get off in this cobble on the way up and start quarrying rocks with that big knobby back tire. The switchback here takes me, and I'm looking straight west, that's Harney Peak on the horizon. Lots of cobbles, lots of cobbles. Nothing that the TW can't handle. Just got to keep it at a nice manageable speed. This is first gear coming down. I got one foot down as a pontoon through some of this stuff, and that's where it gets exciting on the way up. All right. Now we're into the dirt here. Still got to maintain control, because this gumbo, when it gets dry, just gets like kitty litter. Can make your tire drift out from under you. The front tire, that is, drift out from under you in a heartbeat. Put you in the dirt. Gotta watch these reverse camber turns here. They're always exciting, but that's all right. Just go really conservative on these gravelly turns. It's like riding on a road covered with marbles. The area looks totally different from down here at the bottom. You can see the strata in the dirt up above. And where I parked the truck was up on top. I'll pan around for a shot of that off the trail here. If I'm thinking right, there's those two vehicles up on top that I passed. The signs are beyond that, but you can see the strata in the dirt over here, that ochre colored dirt, if I'm using the right term. That's a good layer for rocks and hopefully a good layer for agates. But the goal here is to get out 16 creek crossings and try to find a layer like that that fewer people are able or willing or determined enough to get to. But here's creek crossing number 1. Nothing for a TW, but can imagine this on an SUV. Yeah, me neither. I've been through that in the Sierra though. And this trail changes in a heartbeat. Flat, smooth, curvy, dips, loose, dry, wet, steep, flat, rutted, flat. But this is where the TW shines. And yes, this is 5th gear, getting some RPMs at 40 miles an hour. These folks look like they're down on the creek bottom, which is a good place to go. Minnesota. A long way from home. Folks are back behind me, searching a gravel bar in a creek. Yep. Crossing number 2, dry as a bone, pick a line. Oh, reverse camber, watch out. Yep. Crossing number 3, dry as a bone. Crossing number 4, dry as a bone. Little standing water upstream there. my favorite spots. The old windmill turning over here, old air motor windmill. These are manufactured in Chicago, Illinois, and that particular one was sold by an implement dealer in Wasta, South Dakota. Beautiful sight, just turning over there, and I just can't imagine that thing spinning without squeaking after decades of being abandoned. Beautiful sight, doesn't squeak a bit. It's almost like somebody crawls up there and puts some grease in it every couple of years. It looks like I'm still recording. There's the windmill. The Mimo app dropped out for a while there, but yeah, that's kind of what it looks like around here. And somewhere up there is where I parked. Kind of hard to tell from this angle. I guess it's that way, just to the right of that big cottonwood out there. Right up there, I believe. Alright. 4 crossings down, I believe. And I'm going to take a minute to turn on my Onyx app. Record this trip. I should have started at the beginning. Failed to do that. So I'm starting now, right here. Now we got Mimo and Onyx running. Yep, good to go. And that windmill is between crossings 4 and 5. This is crossing number 6. Nope, no, this is number 5. And this turn right here, this is crossing number 6 is up ahead. Just before crossing number 6, this little social trail goes off to those cottonwood trees. And up on the bluff over there, that's where I found the surprise agate, just a little chunk of a signer kind of thing, but did a good hike around there. But that's excellent terrain, and this trail right here is how you get closer. Crossing number 6. Six down, 10 to go. Crossing number 7 is wet. You can see that. We got to do a little jog around here. Cross through it dry, not get a bunch of gumbo on my little motorcycle here. And I'm guessing somebody's already been through here this morning. Those rocks look wet there. I'm guessing maybe some sort of pickup. Hard to tell. It's number 7. Here's number 8. Number 8's a blast on the TW, but a little tricky animal in a vehicle. Up the wall. Wow. A little stand up on the foot peg action here. Cruising down the long section. I'm going to check what crossing this is. See if I can find out on the Onyx app here. Onyx tells me crossing number 9. This is the split one here. 2 ways to go. That one's for 4-wheeled outfits. This is for 2-wheeled outfits. Right in front of us here. I'm going to check this out. Crossing number 9. Option on the right. Kind of like a wall. That right there is fun. There's a side trail here on the right. I think this is the spot. Yeah. Side trail on the right here. Just kind of dead ends down there, but there's some good looking bluffs up there. Five crossings to go, and they come in pretty rapid succession at the very end there, I believe. And as remote as this area is, you just see there's fresh tire tracks. It rained and windy the last few days, and these tracks look more recent than that. It might not be. Yeah, that one set there, that's pretty fresh. Might have been yesterday. Might have been this morning because there was water on the rocks on that crossing. Here's one of these dicey little guys. And I do believe that this is the area where I'm coming out. Up ahead here. Expect to come out that draw and then hike out and around. Crossing number 10. A little bit of gravel showing here. A little bit of water on the side that you can't see. Yep, it's a nice looking country back here. There's some cottonwoods over here on the right. Can't really see them. When I first did all these crossings with Scott Van Dam last summer, we stopped there for lunch on a 90-degree day, and I believe it was August. Tight little crossing here, number 11 I think. There again, piece of cake for a TW, a little more of a challenge for a pickup. Nothing a Jeep can't handle though. Don't want to fall down there. I have to do a count check here again because kind of lose track where I am. Is this number 12? Ah, crossing number 13. I believe it. 3 to go. And out here, you probably see this. This is some of the area I'll be hunting up there. Can't really tell what there is for gravel, but I'm going to find out. Up the wall we go. No problem. Three more to go. Gets me down around the end of these buttes over here. And 14 right here. That's pretty passive as creek crossings go, number 14. Oh. 15. And number 16. Go a little farther, get up on this rise over here. All right, I am 5.9 miles in, and this over here is Indian Creek itself coming into the drainage, and it joins up. I think there's another creek in here. I think the two of them come together on a map. It's kind of hard to tell if there is. The other drainage is behind me, but that whole ridge there is in the Badlands, I believe. Far off this direction is kind of a tapering plateau. I think that's Sheep Mountain, and then to the right of that one out there, it should be Cedar Butte. All accessed from the park. And that's a pretty fun little drive. 5.9 miles. Well, let's see, it's farther than 5.9 because I forgot to turn the, oh no, it is 5.9. It's on the odometer, and it looks like I turned the mileage on. Let's see, on OnX. OnX says 3.3 miles, so 2.6 miles from the truck is where I turned the OnX on. But this is what the area looks like out here. Faithful TW brought me here, and we're going to go do some exploring out here. So I think I'm going to just kind of sneak off the trail, park in a hidden spot over there, and see what we get. But I'm going to turn off the camera for a few minutes, because this is kind of what I wanted to do, to chronicle the 16 creek crossings to this point. Get the camera to connect here. Yeah, looks like we're still recording, and with any luck the sound is good. But I think I'm going to have to get a chest mount for the camera so it's in the front, not off to the angle like this one's doing. So, all right, let's call it good.